You look like Nirvana.
I look like wow.
Oh, it's nice to get the axes out again.
The axis of evil. So, welcome one and all to the mouth of the manliness. It's funny, I always have that going from my head to the mouth of the manliness.
What, like in an Italian accent?
Yeah, I suppose.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. I'm Nick Noyes. This is the mouth of manliness. Your hour of us talking about ourselves and our mental health, really, I guess.
Whatever you want to talk about.
Yeah. I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, Brad Action over there.
Hi.
I'm having mic problems. Check. Yeah, and we haven't got any guests this week, so
I feel like it's been a while since we haven't had a guest.
Yeah, it's been a little while. Well, we did have a little phase over Christmas where we didn't have any guests, and now we've got. And basically, we've got guests running right up until
September, August.
A bit before that, July, I think.
Yeah.
So we are busy as shit.
Busy little bastards.
But that's good. Exciting things. So everyone will probably know that we're doing Camp Festival now, which we're very excited about.
That's wicked skills, isn't it?
We will be in the company of those people who do music that I don't like that much.
No, some of it you will. We'll find somewhere, like little grunge tent somewhere.
Well, I don't know if there is, but I think they do like all kind of little like cabaret and shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm quite up for that, really.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
My mate Champion was going, he's got up for it now, and he was like, S Club 7 are playing.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think he's had a little bit of he gets a bit excited about Bradley.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, and you're Bradley.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a meeting of minds.
Yeah.
It will be like
You might be able to have a dance.
the two main Bradleys, other than like Bradley Walsh,
Bradley Pitt.
and Bradley Pitt.
Bradley Armpit.
We all do meet up. There's only like 5 or 6 of us. When he's not filming and that, and Bradley Walsh is filming The Chase, we all get together and just
Bradley Walsh.
talk about how what we're going to do.
So there's that, which is amazing and exciting. We're working on a few other things that should be amazing and exciting as well. If anyone wants to sponsor us...
Move that mic down a bit, mate. I can't see your face.
If anyone wants to sponsor us, we're on the hunt for sponsorship. We want to basically make the show bigger and better. We need sponsorship, really. So if anyone's knows anyone who wants to sponsor us, then go for it, because we just send that email. So that seems to get us that far.
Well, we get replies. But I think like it'd be nice. What's weird is like there's a little bit of me that wants it to be quite ethical, like a cool kind of like little, I don't know, like brewing company or shoemaker or something.
Yeah, I approached the
Brewdog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It's cool.
They're quite ethical, aren't they?
Yeah. I approached Oatly, the oat milk makers people, so like their cartons.
Yeah, I don't know who they are.
They're from Sweden. Yeah.
What do they do?
Make oat milk. I like it. And pie and mash shop near me as well, I asked them.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
No, they do say go local. So anyone. We're doing a live show in a couple of weeks at Best Days Vintage Clothes Shop in Chelmsford. It's just off the High Street.
Go and follow their social media because they're amazing.
They put videos up.
Yeah.
So like one of the guys there has done like this song about it's okay.
I love his music. It's amazing.
It's okay to talk.
Yeah.
It's okay to like be vulnerable. And he's going to do the song there.
Yeah, I think it should definitely.
We've got Johnny and hopefully some of the other guys from Pet Needs are going to come down as well. Johnny's going to do a few songs. We're going to do the Wildfire Pit. We're going to unleash. So he's bringing that down.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That's great news.
We'll get some pictures and that and put them on the socials for 56. Like I drew it and then he cut it out and made it. It's really cool. I didn't really do anything that fancy on it, in fairness.
No, but it looks
I wanted the logo,
the writing looks like flames.
Yeah, and then the bits underneath are hands, their fingers going
Nice.
up like we do on our logo.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, we've got some new, the new t-shirts are now at an acceptable price. So if
Not they
anyone wants
weren't
a
anyway.
t-shirt, go and get one. I did the drawing, I'm quite pleased with them.
Looks really good. There's a small one on the pocket and big one on the back, isn't it?
Yeah,
it
but
looks
it's not
good.
Pocket, but
Like
I
heart.
should have said when I was trying to suggest where to put it.
Why?
That makes sense if you say on the pocket.
Well, no, I don't know.
What you mean.
Yeah, I'm guessing shirts. Do they always have the pocket in the same place?
I think it's different for men and women.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
it's the other way round.
Is it just like over the heart? So like people in like Bond films, like some people say it's in the middle, but like they put like a little Bible in there, whatever, and then they get shot there, and then they pull it out because they had the thing in their pocket. Is that why they do it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's exactly why I do it.
Thought so.
So yeah, I know I also wanted to do a shout out to Ellie for getting a t-shirt, you superstar.
Yeah.
Hopefully you'll come down to the contest with us. We'll be able to say hello.
Yep.
Finally meet you. Shout out to Doug at BBC Online, because hopefully we might be doing a new thing for BBC Online.
Doggy.
Shout out to our man Adam at BBC Essex, because we are going to be doing something on BBC.
Yeah, that's in the book, mate. That's booked.
That's in the book. And yeah, we're working on some bit of publicity at the moment.
I still need to put the audio from when I was on it before. I'd completely forgotten that we did it. I think you might have been at work for some reason.
Yeah.
We were just going to put that up. I keep forgetting to do it.
It's all right. There's no rush. There's no problem. Maybe just put stuff like that up on Patreon.
Yeah, and the patrons.
Our patrons a few little things.
Yeah, I've been aware of that. So we've been telling them what we've been doing in advance. Like when we release like videos and stuff like that, we've been sort of telling them that I've been sort of sneaking some future episodes on. So if they want to hear them or see them, they can kind of jump on there and see those.
Okay.
Only the patrons can because they get the special link and everything like that. Also, this week I've given them the discount code for Ray Gun Effects.
Lovely.
They do obviously amazing pedals, but t-shirts and magazine and stuff like that. And they're just, again, they're a really good follow on Instagram because you can kind of catch up with Hilo, the band, and bits and bobs that are happening with them. So it's we're trying to give as much as we can. If we had it our way, we'd give everything away for nothing. But
yeah, I mean, mostly we do anyway.
pretty much, actually.
Like that as well.
Yeah.
So what else has been going on in the world of Mouth of Manliness?
It's weird because I feel like we haven't actually spoken for ages. So when we have guests, we kind of just...
Yeah, it is a bit like that, yeah. So I had something I wanted to talk about. Unless you've got anything else you want to say.
Literally, I know it sounds weird, but I've been so busy today doing stuff and then getting the gear all ready and then setting it up, I completely forgot that I've actually got to talk today.
That's all right. That's what I thought about it. Because, yeah, I had a bit of time. So, what I want to talk about was this. I've been reading. So, my mum works in the field of mental health. And
in a field? Why don't they give her an office?
Yeah.
They would get really cold.
And she gave me this book a few months ago. I started reading it. I'm quite an avid reader, but like mental health books and that, like I've looked at a lot of them, like the Matt Haig one I've looked at, and
yeah.
so I tend to with mental health books because I read before I go to bed. I don't want to stimulate my brain too much, so I tend to like to read a story. Or an autobiography. I'm reading Rick Mayall's at the moment.
Amazing.
It's like reading a book that Rick from the Young Ones has written.
Wow, I bet it's good.
So it's like.
Was it written in later in his life? Obviously, was it?
Yeah, it was. But it's just like taking the piss all the way through it and going like, yeah, but I'm really hard, so that won't start on me. Like, if you want to come and try it, see what happens, that kind of thing.
Amazing, yeah, I can imagine.
Really funny.
Yeah.
And then I just read, I don't know if I said it last time, Richard Ayoade's book.
Yeah.
And that was just that was intense because his brain is 100 miles an hour.
He's a very clever man.
Kind of so is mine. Yeah, he's got a lot to go, which I was surprised about, which I probably said in the last one as well. Repeating myself.
I can't remember whether you said that or whether we were talking about that before we recorded the episode. In which case, don't worry about saying it twice.
Yeah, and I was wondering, like, if we talked about your the bowls, or did we talk about that afterwards?
I can't remember whether that was before or after.
Like, I don't think we talked about it on the show though.
I can't remember. Don't know. But yeah, basically, I'm learning to play the Tibetan singing bowls. Well, mine's from Nepal, but
Have you been there since?
what bit? No. So basically,
Right. Tell it. Start. I don't think we talked about it.
No, I don't think we have.
So I think you should tell the story because I think it's quite interesting, but it's quite funny as well.
Yeah. So, basically, as part of my trying to work out what I'm doing on this planet and everything else, it always comes back to music, and obviously trying to earn some money to live and keep a family and everything else. And amidst a bit of a kind of breakdown, I've got a small singing bowl that Kate got me once for birthday or Christmas or something. And
tell everyone what a singing bowl is.
Tibetan singing bowl, as they're more commonly known, even though they make them in lots of different countries, is a bowl made of like brass and other elements, and certain elements like ring out longer. Basically, a lot of people hit it, but you can kind of play it like, you see people like play wine glasses and they run their finger around something. Play it like that with the thing, which I at that stage hadn't really sat and bothered to learn to do. I've just been hitting it and it never really felt right. And I sat there and I kind of played it properly, like with the thing, and just went whoop, like really come from nowhere. I was like, oh man, that's amazing, that's so good. So I started looking at more videos and stuff like that, and I was like, I don't know how or why, but I want to do this. So like I looked at a few sort of things and that, and it turns out there's a guy who lives literally about 9 minutes away from my house, a guy called Nicky, and he owns a company called Cultural Roots, I believe it is.
Way you pick me. I want to do this. One thing that's not gonna get you paid for your like.
Yeah, that's the trouble with it though. But I kind of got to the point where it's like, everything I do, I try and make a living out of it and everything else. But there, you can make maybe not a living, but you can earn money by doing this, by doing it, playing them for other people. So I booked on a course to like learn how to do it properly, so I can play it for other people.
Really?
And basically, there's the bowls that you can get, even though I've only got two, are aligned. The frequency is aligned with the 7 chakras of the body. So I was learning them today. So basically, they're the same as notes on a guitar. There are certain frequencies. Each note's got 3 frequencies because if you use the 3 octaves, and they align with like the base chakra, sex chakra, solar plexus, heart and mind, or third eye, and like one above your head or whatever. Still learning. And so they're really like, you can change the different frequencies to change people's moods and stuff. So if someone's really down, you can play a certain frequency. That's quite deep. And basically what I wanted is to be able to go in somewhere, get to know someone, and then sort of say, oh, right, you need this or you need that kind of thing. And like buying them online, this is a bit of a mess, really. You could be buying anything. So I looked up this guy, and he was like, oh, like, we do it, like we work at festivals and stuff, but you're welcome to come and like have a look in the office and stuff. So, oh, that's cool. So I went over there. He's just the loveliest guy I've ever met. We were talking, like we talk, like about the universe and the state of the planet at the moment, like loads and loads of stuff. And it's like, oh, like you had racks and racks of these bowls. And the only way I can describe it is that scene in Harry Potter when he goes to buy his wand, and like he says, oh, basically, you could have any of these bowls, but like really the bowl's got to kind of choose you, kind of thing. So he like picked a couple up. I was like they all sound nice, don't get me wrong, they're all great, otherwise you wouldn't sell them. And he was like rustling around behind me and everything, and he picked out this one, and he just went like that. It just went completely through me. And I was like, what the fuck is that? And he was like, that's the bowl, like that's the one you need, this is the one you need, kind of thing. So basically I've got to save up and get these other like 7 bowls, kind of thing. But at least I know I'm in that kind of direction. And I've booked myself onto a course, and basically I speak to him like every so often. But now it's kind of like become a bit of a life shaman kind of guru thing. Because he was telling me about this thing that you can, like, it was doing something like on the shamanic side, and you do something in correlation to how plants are put together. It opens up like certain portal in the universe, like directly between the universe and your head, and basically like your ego just fucking disappears, and like all the knowledge of the universe just starts pouring in. It said like once you've seen stuff like that, like things like money and government and stuff like that, it's just nothing. Like it pales into insignificance. And I was like, yeah, I'll have some of that, please.
I think like they say that kind of thing in meditation, don't they? And like I had a moment like that of doing meditation, but it's so fleeting, where it's like you suddenly feel part of the earth or the universe rather than everything else. And then it does feel like nothing else really matters.
Even if it's just turning off everything around you for just a split second, that feeling. Like I remember the first time I got that, I was working away somewhere. I was reading Ram Dass books, and I managed to find like a guided meditation on Spotify. Aaron Gadd, I think it was. And it's literally like a 15-minute thing where you kind of listen to him talking you into it, and like the last 5 minutes is deadly silence. Yeah. And you think, oh, like, I don't know, like and he does say like, don't try it and ignore the thoughts, just acknowledge the thoughts and like see them as clouds and they pass away and everything else. And literally he rings the bell at the end, and it's like you're in some sort of coma. You're like, oh, like you actually snap out of it kind of thing. And all I want to do is go back to how I felt then, like that feeling of like no noise, no pressure, no problem, no worries kind of thing. And you can do it, like, and you can get it to the point where you can sit on the train. It can be noisy, but you can still kind of say, right, that's that noise there. I'll park that over there. I can hear that over there, kind of thing. And obviously, it's harder on a train, but it's possible. I think it's important.
That's what I got when I had hypnotherapy with Peter. So for like 45 minutes, an hour of each of our sessions, he would do the hypnosis, and I didn't feel like I went completely under, but I did definitely have. There were points when I felt like that.
Yeah.
But I definitely felt everything just go. You know, like any concern, any pressure, just went.
Yeah.
And you did feel like you were somewhere else. And you don't really know where it was, but it was just kind of fucking relaxed.
You can't argue with it, because even on a technical level, just by your body, like I'm sitting like it now, but when someone says, right, release your shoulders, relax your jaw, let your nose go a little bit, and you think, oh my God, I've been sitting like this like all day. Like that's not going to be good for anyone. And then you think, oh yeah, this is how I should be, kind of sitting.
Oh, there's totally something in it. I don't like what you're saying. I think, for starters, if something works for you, then you should grab it.
100%. Unless it's heroin.
But yeah, but the only thing I do get from you is that like sometimes I worry that you'll jump both feet in, and then you'll be like, oh shit, what have I done? Like,
yeah.
Oh no, you know, like it's like.
Yeah, because we were
so into what you're doing at the expense of everything else.
Yeah, like my family have left me, and
you've got into the trouble you're in.
My family have left me, and I'm sat at the side of the road with 7 bowls, like, just asking people to put money in them.
That'll be my only concern.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I'm still gonna get.
Like, it's just like you're really like when you get into something, you get in deep.
There's a running joke,
and like that's really good.
Yeah, it is if it goes well.
But not always.
No, there's a running joke at my home that I basically collect hobbies. So up in my loft, I've got like golf clubs, because I was going to be the best at golf at one stage, and musical, like all sorts of stuff. And like part of getting the bowls, if I am going to get into it as much as I want to get into it, I was going to sell like everything I possibly could, and like shed off all of these other possible identities. It's going to be quite cleansing for me to do it. But there is that little bit of me that thinks, fucking hell, what if I am a professional golfer and I'm not giving myself the chance that I truly deserve?
Right, so this is what's interesting. This actually kind of comes back to the book I was reading. So the book I was reading was called The Element by Ken Robinson. And essentially what he's saying in it, and I think a lot of it kind of rings true, it definitely kind of rings, it's kind of in keeping with what you were saying. So he was saying that in life, like there's something that like we're normally really good at, that we love doing, But then you go to school, and they're like, no, you can't. Yeah, you know, you can't be a dancer because we don't really do dancing at school, and at school you have to do maths and English. So, and then like they kind of condition that. So the element is the thing that you're really good at, which is where you can lose yourself in it, and it gives you a lot. So for me, when I'm reading the book, clearly mine is art.
Yeah.
You know, like I know I've toured with it and I think, oh, it's music, but it's not really. Music does give me that, but really, when I think about it, and then I think about my past, it always was art.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking, and then I kind of stopped art when I left university, did music, thinking, no, it's music now. And now I'm like, I wonder what would have happened if I didn't. If I'd have carried on, like, would I be an artist that I would love to be now?
Yeah.
But it's okay because all those things have happened to kind of to get me to the point where now I'm like, I think I'm an artist.
Yeah, there's no wrong things. Just try and.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I think I've just tried a lot of shit out.
Yeah, but that's fine. But basically, you're probably so what he was saying is that your element is that thing. Probably for you, it's music because you said it before, kind of like quickly, and like your thing probably is and always has been music. It's the thing you're good at. It gives you joy. It's reasonably effortless. Takes effort, but it rewards you a lot for doing it.
Now, when it goes right, it is effortless. You get in that zone, don't you? Where it's like,
like just. And I totally felt that. I felt that before on the other day. I was like, I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
And it's like that's the right thing, and I trust that now.
And hours just go, days just go, disappear. I love it.
So he was saying that's the element. That is the element. And if you're able to make that element your life's work, then you will be happy. But society, the educational system, our parents' upbringings, like this need to acquire, this need to get money to have things, basically all take us away from the element.
Yeah, miles away.
Thing that actually makes us happy. Now, some people, the thing that actually makes them happy is just their family. And if that does it for you, then that's perfect.
Lovely.
But like, he was saying, like, when you find the element, you lose time, everything goes, and you're like focused, and you're there. And I'm totally like that when I fucking drive, just gone. And it's just like, how fucking simple is that? It's totally simple. And yeah, of course, if you're able to make that like your job, then you're gonna be happy. Aren't you?
Yeah, you can't argue with it.
But you think about how many things stop you doing it. So if you really, if what you want to do, if what you're meant to do is play the fucking Tibetan bowls, that's going to be hard to do. So it's like, it's about, so you just think, actually I get a bit frustrated because it's like, well, how, actually, like, that's quite difficult to kind of make that your life.
Yeah.
If it is something like, that doesn't lend itself to paying bills.
I think like a lot of it comes down to, again, like replace the bowls with like violin or electric guitar or whatever. Yeah. It's just like in music and all art, you kind of got to be a little bit like a bit of a salesman, marketing, put yourself out there a bit, go to the shows and stuff like that. And I'm just kind of looking at it like that, really.
Yeah, I think that's totally true. And like, you don't mind that much because you don't mind doing that. Because he was saying, like, it doesn't mean that it doesn't take work.
No.
It doesn't mean, and he said, like, when you found your thing, you have to find your tribe.
Yeah.
So you find the other people who do that as well.
Yeah.
And then you all help each other.
Yeah.
Support each other because you all understand where it's coming from.
Yeah.
And then within that, that's when you can potentially move things forward.
Yeah, of course.
So I was looking into stuff like how to become an artist, and there's loads of stuff about find your tribe.
Yeah.
And then you support each other and
I like that.
and you share experiences and you share content.
Yeah, I like to think like with the art thing, like when we went to Margate, that feels like that kind of like everyone seemed. I know it was like art weekend or whatever, but it seemed like that kind of environment. Everyone was quite arty and.
Yeah, it's weird because I don't necessarily associate myself with that kind of thing that much. I don't really. Sometimes I find it a bit pretentious.
Yeah, but I suppose all you got to do is walk past a window and see something, and that might influence your art like 1%.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just
I
being
mean,
around
yeah,
it.
that-
But then
that-
there's no reason why like you shouldn't be able to walk down any street and see something that's going to influence you as well. So
that's happened. But I just found like the book was really interesting, and it was talking about how like pretty much all school systems are fucked because he does like it's full of interviews with people who have found their element and then done well. So there was one woman who was she was at school, she wasn't concentrating, her behaviour was shit. The school said referred her to a paediatrician, like a psychologist. And the psychologist said, right, I'm going to go out of your mum in the other room for a minute. I'm going to leave you in here and I'm going to put the radio on. And then he put the radio on and then they watched her through a little window and she started dancing. And he went, your daughter's a dancer.
wow, yeah, of course.
Whereas in other things it'd be, no, your kid's naughty, he's got ADHD.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, your kid's a dancer. And then she got taken to dance classes, and then because she was meeting her need, she then was better at school.
Yeah.
She then went on to be the choreographer for Andrew Lloyd Webber, Cats.
Wow,
Like
amazing.
and then there's similar stories, pretty much always the same. Like he'd interviewed comedians, he interviewed Matt, they say Groening, but it's Groening from
Yep, Simpsons.
lots and lots of different people, musicians, and they were all pretty much the same. They'd all had a pretty shit experience at school.
Yeah.
Because the school didn't really encourage who they were. School only encouraged them in maths and English and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then he was going into like the more detail about why schools do that. And he was saying that it's a throwback from the Industrial Revolution.
Getting you ready for work.
So yeah, the Industrial Revolution came along and people needed to be able to read and they needed to be able to do maths to work shit out to make the machines run, to run the world.
Yeah.
So it wasn't actually for anyone. So when you think in those terms, it's not about you.
No.
It's about running the machine.
Yeah.
That is, what do I call it? Fucking hell. Not corporate. The capitalism.
Yep.
And like, I know that all sounds a bit like, a bit so.
No, it makes sense.
But it does make sense.
Yeah, and it feels like anything that isn't that is kind of cast to the side. And like when I was at school, I remember I had my careers thing. We had a careers lady come in and had to go and meet her and got a red folder and you had to go and say what you wanted to do and stuff. And it's like, I want to be a radio presenter on Essex FM. And they'd be like, oh, well, you're going to need your maths and English for that. And your maths is not that great. And like your English is good, like really good. But like your maths is not that, like, it'd be sums and stuff like that. And I'm like, no, I really like songs. And I want to talk about the songs that I like. And just before the adverts, I'm going to talk about the songs that come on afterwards. So people listen to the adverts. I just want to do that. Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, it was really kind of, and then I was like, no, I'm going to prove them wrong. So like got record decks for Christmas and like started DJing and everything like from there. But I like to think now, like from what I've, especially like job search and stuff like that, from what I've seen, you've got like the Sky Academy, Brit School. Like it seems like a lot more people are doing a lot more things to encourage that sort of side out of people. And I just think like if I got a different careers teacher, like even the music teachers at school, they were okay, but they weren't really, I don't know, maybe at that time, I was playing drums and stuff a lot at school, keyboards and things. But at that time, maybe there was no sort of spark there for them. But I like to think if the right person was there, the right teacher for him to go, oh right, that's a good idea, what we could do, we'll write him a letter or we'll go down it, or why don't you try this, or why don't you try that, just humour me for like half hour,
or write him a letter and ask a big DJ how he got his
exactly, Yeah, because in my mind I was like, oh fuck it then. Well, I looked around. Oh, they're listening to drum and bass and garage. I can do that then for 10 years. And it's like it's mental.
So you think so? A lot of schools now, like my daughter's school still does art and they do drama, but basically it all kind of comes away towards the end.
Yeah.
The end of the school, end of senior school.
Last couple of serious heads down years. You got your SATs, haven't you? And it just feels like exams for 2 years, 3 years.
It just, I think what seems to happen is they take the creative element out. It's like, so if whatever you do it only serves a purpose if it serves to, if you do well in an exam.
Yeah.
And that's what the guy was saying. Like you only do at school, you only learn things to pass exams.
Yeah.
I said that to my daughter. I was like, you know, don't think of it any more than that.
No.
You're only doing it to pass exams. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, like just pass the exam.
I remember being told that by teachers standing in front of the class, like probably in one of the last couple of years. It was like, right, all the fluff goes, right, what you need to know for this exam is that, and that. And I remember telling him telling the whole class, like, right, writing that down, right, remember this bit, remember that bit.
That's all school is.
Yeah, it's just to get the numbers up and the bloody grants up and stuff.
And it's kind of annoying because they just sap creativity. It's like, no, don't be creative. And like, I remember, like, I did art at school, but like even that was like, it was about passing the exam.
Yeah.
So it's just all a bit shit.
Yeah, I did like my art piece. I did like a big bold thing where I took up half the room, and the plan was I'd made curtains so it looked like a theatre stage. I'd drawn like floorboards so it looked like floorboards, and then I only managed to find like 2 TVs. But the idea was to have loads of tellies, have modern programs, and the idea was that those modern programs have overtaken like the stage or the theatre kind of thing. Wow, but I just couldn't articulate it properly. And like my art teacher, she was nice and that, but kind of didn't really. She was a bit kind of quite classical art and stuff like that. I was a bit more graphic designy and a bit more kind of like showy offy kind of thing. I wanted to make models and things. And I remember thinking, this is a really fucking good idea. And no one understood it whatsoever. But again, like if someone would have said, I don't quite get it. Like, can you explain like what's going on? And then, oh yeah, I understand. Like really like backwards and forwards kind of thing. Well, even humour me for a bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like it's a good idea. Like we want to be able to like physically.
That's what art is. Like it's starting the thing and someone going, oh, I like that bit. And then you explore that bit. And like I feel like I've never been allowed to be in that. But it's the same with music. Like my favourite bit of music is when someone goes, oh, if only we could like play the like bass line bit of that bit, and I go, I'll work it out, and I can like just about put it together. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, that sounds all right. Let's change this and change, and that's when you start getting creative because you've laid down that main sort of thing. But having someone else that is in that, like we were saying earlier, in that same kind of zone to go, oh yeah, no, I like that. Well, not that bit, but like, right, oh fucking hell, that's really good. Like, and that excitement. And like I said, hours and days go, that's the bit I love. And it's so hard to get paid to do that.
It's like, so I was like looking the other day at jobs, thinking, I really want to do something different. So I was just looking up like creative jobs.
Yeah.
And there are things like creative on it.
But it's all like creative website, SEO.
Yeah, and it's and it basically it all comes down to you have to pass the test to do that.
Yeah.
You can't just walk into a room and go, oh, I think this would work. See, that's when I saw Stuart the other day, like our friend Stuart, and like he's just been really lucky because he can just kind of do what he does well.
Yeah.
And he was talking about it just being about not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And I just thought that's so true.
Yeah.
Like, if you know someone who's like, oh, I need someone who will get off their arse and make this happen.
Yeah.
Oh, he can do that.
Yeah.
It don't matter if you've got.
No, that is true.
Those jobs aren't advertised.
No, that's the trouble.
You need someone who makes shit happen.
Yeah. Like there's loads of creative agencies where I live, and I did graphic design in school. So like I spent a week thinking, right, what do I want to do? I'll be a graphic designer. So I started looking into it, rung a couple up, what would you be looking for and stuff like that. And obviously, like you need to know like Adobe, Photoshop, and the whole creative suite and everything. I managed to find this other software, Grum Reaper, Brad Humble recommended Affinity Photo or Affinity Design or whatever. Got right into it. I was like drawing like all these different textures and stuff like that. So good. And then like I'd spoke to one of the creative agencies. They said, "Oh, like don't send us like still life fruit bowls and like manga cartoons and stuff like that because we get loads and loads of that." So I designed a fruit bowl company, like a business card for them that had manga designs inside the fruit bowl. I think, oh, this is a really good idea. They're going to think, oh, this guy really thinks outside the box. We told him not to do it, but he did it anyway. And look how creative he did it and everything else. Yeah, no, like I got an answer back, and they were basically like, "Oh, like we're not recruiting junior designers. Just keep drawing." I was like, "Yeah, that does kind of make sense." But at the time, it's going to be an answer to something because I feel like if I can get in the room and just say, "I've got an idea," like and that brainstorming of like, "I'll tell you what you could do for that, Steve. Like, why don't you try this or that kind of thing?" Like, I know once I'm in amongst it, I can do it. I can feel it, you know. Yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah, that was exactly my fault. It's like, well, I might not. Like, I could, like I always, for a long time, I felt because I couldn't, like, make my drawing, I couldn't digitalise it. That was it.
Yeah.
So for so long, I was just like, well, I'll just draw at home and that's it.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for Eddie, it was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you can do something else with it. And then I started looking into it a bit more. And there's lots of people doing that.
Yeah.
But because I didn't think, oh, I could do it, because I didn't have that skill, like, I can't do it. But like, I think that happens with so many things.
Yeah.
And like, as I say, there's no one just going, oh, we just need someone who's got loads of good ideas.
Yeah, I've got bags full of ideas.
But I think what happens is that if you get into those kind of jobs, like you get in with that initial, well, I went to university.
Yeah, I got my degree. Yeah.
And then you get into it, and initially you're like dog's body designer.
Making tea and coffee.
Then later on, I think once you've worked your way up, just like...
It's the same in most industries. It's like, I was video editing for a while and I did exactly the same thing. I just said, oh, I'll come and do a day's work for free if you let me come up. And there's a company in Soho called Family, and they've done like films and adverts, and in the week or two that I was there, like we cut a music video for Ed Sheeran. There was like an Adidas advert. We did like Adidas campaign and stuff. And I remember thinking, oh man, like it's so good, I've cracked it. But like, they weren't paying me, they were just sorting out my travel, and even that felt awkward because I was kind of like saying, oh, like, all right to get my travel back kind of thing. And it was kind of like, it was a nice experience, but I then realised what I needed to do was do what I did then at age 14, 15, 16, and having stayed in it for 20 years, I can't just like drop into an industry, and even though I think I can, with the right people, I genuinely think I could have done.
Yeah, I agree.
And like a couple of the... like the editors and like a couple of the directors I really got on with, and I managed to get a little snippet of that process, and I'd be like, oh, like what about from that angle? And, oh yeah, that's like a really good idea. And then they'd be like, can you go and get us Chinese, please? It's like, oh fucking hell, like it's kind of like a bit, but fair enough. I'd been there 2 weeks, you know what I mean? But
I think that's it though. Then you think, oh shit, I wish I had done that when I was younger.
Yeah. But I still now don't know what I would have done when I was younger. It's taken me 37 years to work out what I want to do. And this week, it's the Bet and Singing Bowls.
Yeah. But then, in many respects, like I feel like that. I feel like it's only now that I'm realising that I'm capable of more than I thought.
Yeah, definitely.
And that now I realise that actually, artwork's what I should be doing.
Yeah.
But I think like just doing the podcast has given me confidence that I feel like I'm capable.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And then that makes me think, fuck it, I could do those jobs.
Yeah.
Because actually I could make shit happen.
But you can. I know you can. I know you can walk in and do that creative design job. You might have to go, oh, like, can you show me what to do? But everything I show you to do, like with the podcast, you go, yeah, I'll do it, and you pick it up. And that's the thing. Most people can do those jobs. And it annoys me that there's these kind of gatekeepers that will just go, oh, well, what, you haven't done a degree? No, fuck off then. Or, what, you haven't been doing it for 30 years and you hate your life? Oh, no, I'm not interested then, you know?
Yeah, that's everything. I was like, well, I've got a degree. And I always thought if you've got a degree, like, jobs would be like, oh, minimum requirement degree, but it's not. It's a degree in that.
Yeah, or you can like do the bolt-on courses, can't you? But some of them are like 3 years, 4 years if you want to be a nurse or whatever.
It is really hard, and it is harder when you get older. When you kind of, it all, like, everything's happened. And you're like, oh, I've got kids, and I've got a wife, and I've got a house, and oh shit, I've been doing the wrong stuff. Yeah. Like, I haven't been doing what makes me happy.
Well, I fell into the trap of doing whatever it took to earn as much money as possible, but it's to my own detriment, and ended up fucking trying to kill myself about
Yeah,
it.
and I suppose again it's because it's not what you were kind of. I know it's like that idea that that's not what you're meant to do with your life,
Yeah.
but I suppose it's not what.
It'd be
it's
different if I knew what I was meant to do.
Yeah.
And I was walking around going, no, I'm meant to play with Kasabian on tour and then still be at home with the family and everything else. But it's not. Like I wish someone come along at 16 and went, oh, you're supposed to do this. And I'd be like, oh yeah, no, that's all right, that's fair enough. But it just didn't happen. I feel like literally I'm still 17 working out what the fuck's going on. But I'm 60 grand in debt and I've got 2 kids and a wife.
You know what? I that's the thing. I think even the people who are successful doing what they always wanted to do still have those feelings.
Oh yeah, of course.
I don't think like it all goes out the window.
It's just made a bit easier when you know, right, today was a bit shit, but tomorrow I'm actually going to do the thing that I want to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's difficult. Because life kind of just gets in the way.
Yeah.
Life and the responsibilities, everything just get in the way.
I don't even mind the responsibilities. It's just like, before you know it, your time is taken up by everyone else.
Yeah.
And you think, so, I'll do this later, I'll do that. And then it ends up getting put in the cupboard or put away and then put in the loft. And then 2 years go and then it's like, oh yeah, I was going to do that thing. And it's like, it's gone.
There's a bit in me that thinks, like, so I was watching these things where I've just been watching loads of like art videos and documentaries and things like that.
Nice.
Just for inspiration, but also to see it can happen. And then there was these really good like 5-minute videos, like Google videos on YouTube, and no, they were YouTube videos. Basically, they've got people who have been successful in their field. So there was one woman, her kids, like soon after her born, came up in awful like eczema, awful. So you couldn't touch them, it was so bad. And then like they went to the doctors, they did all these different things, and they're like, and then in the end it was like, right, the only thing you can like he's allergic to everything, so he has to have like this totally pure soap. And essentially she couldn't buy it, so she went on YouTube and learned how to make it.
Amazing.
And then she tried all these different permutations till she found the right soap that worked. And then so she learnt how to do it on YouTube, learnt how to make soap, and then found out that there was millions of other kids with the same condition who couldn't find the soap.
Yeah, yeah.
So she sold them it. And now she's a millionaire.
That's so good.
And like, she just did it because it, like that kind of thing through necessity.
Yeah, yeah, I love that.
There was another one about this woman who
That was meant to happen.
yeah. But there's that thing about necessity. There's about like most things in the world are discovered through necessity or by a mistake.
Yeah, like light bulb because it was dark and shit.
Yeah, but that kind of, we need to do it. So medicine, etc.
Yeah.
Necessity. So there was another one. A woman who's got like this really successful noodle bar in Manchester, and she like bought into a noodle bar because she didn't know anything else because she'd come from Thailand, and then she was like the partner who bought into it just left, so she had to kind of make it work, but she didn't know how to make anything, so she went on YouTube.
Amazing.
And now it's like sells fucking loads.
Wow.
There was another another one. There was a bloke who was a Marine in America, and then he was like, he'd never played sport before, like any real sport at all, but he always had this bit in him where he wanted to be like an American football guy, and so when he was so he learned how to play American football on YouTube.
What the fuck? That's amazing, mate.
And then when he was like in Afghanistan, he learned how to throw the ball, and he just gradually, slowly, by doing it all the fucking time, learned how to throw a ball from far away through a hole just big enough for the ball.
Wow.
And now he's like American football.
That's so
he's
good.
Like 10 years older than everyone else.
Yeah.
And you just think, so there's a bit of me that thinks this shit can happen.
Yeah.
So I feel inspired by the idea that shit can happen. Like these things can happen, but it has, I've said it before, but you know, inspiration and these
You got to
amazing
put the
things,
work in.
they have to find you work.
Yeah.
So then I was like, so I was getting like, so recently, like over Christmas, Eddie's been away, and I've been like, what's going on with my fucking artwork? Like, I need to be doing this. I need to be making money out of this. So, and then all I have to do is podcast, play my guitar, and draw pictures, and I've got to make that my living. And then I'm like, I need to do more. But I was like, I don't know what to do. And then after a while, I was like, right. So I started getting on Eddie's case, and then I was like, right. So I came up with ideas, and then basically kind of came up with the idea that we would give artwork away for charity and give them the charity would be My Black Dog.
Yep.
Because I agree with it. Plus, it's easier to do because it's Eddie's thing.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Follow My the Black Dog on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah, great charity. Totally behind it. And then it's like, right, so we're going to do that. So I've done this series of paintings, we're going to do it through that. But then it's like, well, then we can tell people it's for a good cause. People will start to know about it. And then I was like, I want to get in a gallery. Like, I want to make fucking things happen.
Yeah, of course.
And there's bits that I can't do, but because people know who Eddie is, he might be able to make things do.
Yeah, it's true. You'd be surprised what you can do, though, mate.
Yeah. But then I still think, well, I made that happen because I was the one who said, right, let's do that.
Yeah.
So then I just went through Instagram, looked at all the people who followed me, and there was about 5 galleries.
Amazing.
Followed me, like little boutique galleries.
Yeah.
Like, the 3 of them were boutique galleries in like Shoreditch, trendy ones that do like Obey and like.
Oh, really?
Pure Evil and that kind of thing. They sell their stuff. Like basically where I want to be.
Yeah.
And then I was like, right, Eddie, can you contact these people?
Yeah.
I'm going to be in 2 galleries.
Amazing, mate. That's so good.
And it's like, and they responded within the hour.
Wow.
And I think another one is going to do it as well.
Yeah.
And it's like, you just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, like I was just thinking, I'm sitting on my hands, I'm getting frustrated, and things that get down.
Yeah.
Like that. Because then I start thinking, well, I'm stuck then.
Yeah.
And I just start thinking, no.
Yeah.
There is stuff I can do.
So it's that 20 seconds of confidence, isn't it? To just say, right, just make that phone call, send that email. What's worse that can happen? They say no and you just go to another one. That's brilliant, mate. That's so good.
But there is just that bit where you like, things can happen. Like what we're doing now is testament to that. Like things can happen. You can make shit happen. Like, you know, who would have believed that we'd be on a 6 o'clock news or playing festival?
No, it's mental, isn't it?
Festival happen.
It's nuts.
So I just think, like, problem is when I think for you, like, because you're at home, you're not feeling that great. Those sparks are really hard to come by.
Yeah. But when they do happen, it's nice. Like the emails we've had back today were real spikes of like, oh man, yeah, here we are.
But that was just an email.
Yeah.
You know, like I just sent a bunch of emails.
Yeah.
Like I had 5 minutes at work. I was having a shit. So I just kind of put one together and then thought I'll send it out. Why not?
Nice. Is that the shit or the emails?
Yeah, both. But I don't know. There's a bit of me who just thinks things are possible.
Yeah.
Like there's possibilities in the world, and like when you're feeling really low, you can't see it. You don't see it. You just think everything's shit.
Yeah. Or I find myself like head down, just doing whatever's in front of me. Right, I've got to do this, got to sort that out, got to do this, and I fight like the days are just going and going. I'm busy. Like I don't really get time to sit around doing nothing.
I totally get that because when I was off work for like 5 months, the days disappeared.
Yeah.
Absolutely disappeared. And I got very, very little done. But I find like once you've got the momentum going, things start happening.
Yeah.
And then people are like, oh look, he's keen.
Yeah.
And then like that's kind of people quite like it.
Yeah.
And then shit starts happening.
Yeah, man.
Good shit's happened to me.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
I can't believe it. But I noticed Latitude sponsored the podcast also.
I spoke to them.
You emailed them?
Yes.
So I was thinking we'll probably miss the boat this year, but I'm thinking like next year we really go for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Tap Warren up because he's got a live agent.
Yeah, that's a really good shout. Isle of Wight as well. I spoke to John Giddins, who I know a little bit because of Kate's brother opened the Isle of Wight festival,
Yeah, he did, yeah.
and we got involved in all of that. So I quite often remind John about that fact and just say, "Oh, can we come along?" But I've not had an answer back. But I think they've kind of buttoned up their roster this year,
Yeah,
so it might be next year.
that's done.
Mm.
I think all the festivals are probably done now.
Yeah,
Sorted it all out.
yeah,
I think we were quite lucky with festival, but I still think like if you've done something good, then you're gonna have to go out to the world. And I really do actually swear by this on principle, like as a basic principle. If you've done something well, you've done something good, you have to go out and tell every fucker that you've done it. Otherwise, no one knows.
nah,
Like no one like is seeking out. And go, oh, what's Brad done?
nah.
Like, because no one cares.
You want them to, because
Yeah.
I don't want to be the one sort of shouting about it kind of thing. I want to remain kind of humble. But yeah, I would say 99.9% of the stuff that we've done, I've literally wanted to stand on a roof and fucking shout about it. But like, I just want people to go, "Oh, you did that thing." But it's what it is. I'm not very good at marketing.
You don't tell people though, because if you don't tell people, no one knows. And then if you do tell people, they'll be like some of those people are gonna go, "Oh, do you want to come do that here?"
Yeah, it's true.
You know, like
Yeah.
they think, "Oh, you've achieved something." Oh, I like people who achieve things. They're helpful.
Yeah.
But if you don't tell anyone,
Nah,
then it don't happen.
no one knows. Yeah, man.
And I was really inspired by Jordan last week because that was exactly the same.
100%.
scenario.
Yeah, she's just
I
like,
really needed that last week.
yeah, me too. She's just like, right, I'm doing this thing. I'm going to go and do it. And yeah, people have really responded really well to it.
Yeah, just that kind of idea that I kind of found with doing this is that it's like I've said it all, so I've got nothing to hide.
Yeah.
So, like it's almost like there's no shame in anything.
No. Yeah, it's true.
So I just do it now.
Yeah.
I just don't even. I just think people just say no or they don't care.
Yeah.
You know, but that's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I was like, yeah, today let's just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling.
What's the course then?
So yeah, I'm looking at a couple. There's like one that's 2 weeks residential where you literally go and live there and like do everything. But the two that I'm looking at are only like a day course. And you learn about like the frequency of everything, and then the frequency of the bowls, and then what to do in the room and what happens and everything else. So
I imagine 2 weeks is expensive,
yeah, it's a few grand.
and 2 weeks is like at the moment with young kids. Like,
Yeah, no, it wouldn't happen. Wouldn't happen at
you
all.
have to just accept the limitations.
But I think there's kind of like a thing of like, I ain't being funny. You just got to sit on a rug and play some fucking bowls, and I know I can do that. But I want to do it properly. And yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd love to go and do that 2 week course, but I don't think I need to. I think I need to do these couple of little ones, and maybe put on like a couple of my own little things, and go from there.
Have you ever thought about doing it from? Oh, have you heard I've got a podcast? It's doing quite well.
What, approaching the course people?
Yeah, could we maybe come along, do it, and maybe come and like film it, and like for the podcast talking about alternative health.
That's a really good idea.
Make something of it.
Yeah.
You know, like you could go and say like, can I film everything I do? I could do a video diary.
Yeah, it's a well good
You
idea.
could put it out to our listeners. It will promote the course.
Yeah.
It promotes the calls.
Yeah. It all ties in. Actually, I didn't even think about that. I did not think about that at all. That's a really, really good idea.
Even if you did the day course to get you going,
Yeah.
you couldn't take 2 weeks like away from home.
No.
It's going to be difficult at best.
Yeah, but eventually it'd become easier, or they could come with us. Would you come and do it? Would you get halfway through and think, fucking hell, like, can't I go and get my guitar or something? Why do they all just go, ooh?
No, I could probably throw myself into stuff. I think I'd want to get drunk and that.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping it would move me away from. But yeah, I completely
I always throw
sympathise with
myself
that.
into things, though. I have thrown myself into things.
Mm.
Potentially, yeah. But 2 weeks away from home, I think might be.
Yeah, it's pretty full on, isn't it?
Home anyway.
After a
Just
couple of days.
even just going away for a weekend for the festivals, like I feel guilty.
Yeah, me too. Yes.
But they're coming, aren't they?
Yeah.
It takes the guilt, but then you're gonna feel guilty if you're not with them all the time.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
You'll work it out.
Yeah.
I don't expect anything of you, by the way. Like we'll do our out apart from that.
Well, no, we're contractually obliged to do up to an hour press.
Oh, are we?
Yeah. But, you know, there's no problems. And as well, like, I do want to sort of schmooze a bit.
Network a little bit. There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with networking.
Because I was thinking about taking a little bit of kit, maybe, that we can do impromptu, like 20-minute chats with whoever.
Yeah.
Mr. Tumble.
No, but we can do a lot of that stuff. We can do with our phones anyway.
Yeah, it's true.
And yeah, we'll have to take power back, isn't it? But like, I was just thinking about if you like, why not just like with the bowls, you can make it into a thing, and then you could make it into a thing and like bring it back to the podcast.
That's a really good idea.
Really interesting, anyway.
Yeah.
I think people would be interested in it.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what we're all about.
We have been asked, one of the emails today said about like alternative things we do for. Did I see that, or was I dreaming? Yeah, it mentioned yoga and a couple of things. One of the BBC interviews.
Yeah. So one of the BBC interviews, they were talking about alternative health and things like that.
Yeah, so that kind of come under that.
Was one of the features.
Mm.
Yeah, and then even if you went like to the BBC and said, "Oh, you're doing about that? I was thinking about doing this. Could we link it in?"
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For starters, they might then do it for nothing.
Yeah.
Because it's really good promotion.
Yeah.
But you're also promoting the cause.
Mm.
So like the reason we get on the BBC is because we're promoting mental health. It's all the same.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'd fucking do it, man. Why not?
Yeah, I agree.
An email.
Yeah.
Or a phone call.
It's a good idea.
And you might be able to at least get like your day calls for nothing.
Yeah.
And even the bowl guy. Like, and then bring the bowls in.
Funny enough, I looked at it today and I thought, I could bring it in. Because when it goes, mate, it's mental.
I think people would be interested.
Yeah.
And I'd be interested. And the thing is, you talk about it, but no one can hear it.
No.
Like, if we did it now, all you lovely people listening be able to hear the bowls.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's that?
Funny enough, I did I did put a little video on Instagram and Facebook, and Trampman wrote back like, I just listened to that, I was nearly in tears. I was like, fucking hell, like it's literally reaching people through the screen. Yeah. Don't know. He's on there, I think. I'm locked out again. Yeah, I was unlocked for a little while, and then I got all trigger happy, like trying to sort out shit, and then it locked me out again.
So yeah, I don't keep up to date on social media. I don't try and keep up. I go into it and I go on.
That's a good thing, because otherwise you'll lose like days otherwise.
But the also thing is I'm kind of conscious of my own mental health.
Yeah, I agree.
Getting too stuck in the wormhole of social media is not good for your psyche.
No, not at all.
People, follow us.
Yeah.
Don't feel like you've got to keep up to date, because fucking hell.
What I wanted to say as well is the same with like the episodes and the videos. We've renamed our episodes and our videos now, obviously to keep up with the old algorithms, but it just makes it easier, and it's nice, quite therapeutic for me, because they've all been like episode 30, 31 or whatever, and now all I've done is kept it really simple, like Jordan Gray, Mouth of Manliness episode, but you can literally just flick through and just pick a random one. If you like what the title says, just pick a random one. You haven't got to listen to them in order. Like when I see people now, and I know they listen to the podcast, I can see as I approach them, they're thinking, oh, what was the last episode I listened to? Oh, I'm going to have to tell him that I ain't listened to it. I only listened to the first one. I don't give a fuck. Like, it's not like there's no contract. Like, I'm not going to come round and start going, yeah.
That makes me happy.
100%. Yeah. Even if you listen to the trailer or you know about it, for me, like, that's golden. You know what I mean?
Oh, did you hear that one?
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm not going to turn around and go, exactly what bit did you like? I'm not going to start like questioning people. So yeah, you haven't got to listen to them all. It's amazing. I know a lot of you have, and I know like because every so often stuff comes up and you're like, oh, I've got a little bit of a backlog and stuff like that. Totally cool if you just didn't and you just listened to Jordan's one from last week. Like that's totally cool. But if you really want to keep up with the story of what happens with mine and Nick's sexual relationship, you don't want to miss any of that. So, you know.
Yes. Yeah. I was, I spoke to Neil was coming on next week, and he was like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I've been a bit behind. I'm like, no. And then he messaged me again saying, oh, I've caught up. Oh, thank you for the shout out. That really made my day. And I'm like, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Like, you know, everyone gets a shout out on this show.
Yeah, man.
We're not like, we're essentially, we just kind of want to make people a bit happier.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, we hadn't had, like, obviously we did shout outs at the beginning of this, but we need a bit more interaction from people. It's been busy, innit? Christmas and stuff like that, but...
Yeah, we haven't had a massive amount of interaction lately. If you're listening...
Tweet in,
message, email, fax, telex, and tell us where you're at.
Betamax.
Yeah. I haven't heard from Remy for ages. Remy, I hope you're doing all right.
He messaged me the other day. I messaged him back and then he didn't message afterwards. I can't remember what it was about, but it was on my Facebook, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty good for... I'm pretty on it.
I try to be. I normally am. Normally, like, I've got everyone shouting at me. I have a look and think, oh, I'll answer that in a minute, and then the phone gets disappeared.
I'm not as... My life isn't as mental as yours because your kids are so much younger. Like, I kind of get a bit more space. So,
it's a bit of a whirlwind at the moment.
I do know. Well, I do know your life's much more hectic than mine,
it is.
So there's no judgment.
I need a wee.
Well, that's it.
That was episode 44 of The Mouth of Manliness.
We're nearly on a year.
How old are you?
I'll be 44 this year.
There you go. 44 for 44.
On the 24th of February.
It's coming up, mate.
So if anyone wants to send me some birthday wishes, they'll be very welcome. But I will be in Amsterdam.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
And I might have a really good holiday this year. I might be going to California.
What the fuck? No, you're joking. That's my ultimate holiday, you know that?
My ultimate holiday as well.
Mate, I'm coming with you.
I can't believe it.
That's so good.
So it looks like I'm going to go California to do... There's 4 theme parks in California.
Really?
There's Disney.
Oh, yeah.
MGM.
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah.
And there's a Lego one.
Even like I'd like to do the studio tours, the like Paramount Pictures and stuff like that. Amazing.
We're gonna go to San Francisco.
Yeah.
I want to go to San Francisco.
Me too.
And we're gonna go, and then we're gonna hire a car anyway, and then drive to Vegas.
Nice.
To fly over the Grand Canyon and all that stuff.
Amazing.
Finally get to do a holiday that I really want
That's
to do.
going to be incredible, mate. That's so good.
I only found out today. We haven't booked it yet, but
No.
I think that's what's going to happen.
I'm definitely going to come in your
Thank you,
suitcase. Wowzers.
Thank you to my wife's mum for being so fucking wonderful.
Nice.
Because I can't afford it. I haven't got that. I haven't got a lot of money. Like the holiday that I'm paying for will be a caravan in Hastings.
Still going to be lovely.
Yeah. I don't like those holidays, but it's...
Not as good as California.
I don't really look forward to them in the same way.
No.
So,
Mate, that's epic news.
I know, it's fucking amazing.
Nice.
So yeah, take care everyone. Get in touch with us. Please get in touch with us. We want to hear from you. Oh, we really do. Take care everyone.
See you later. I'm going to go for a week. Bye.